Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Bloodthirsty Thursday. First and foremost, I do always wish you this, but I do mean it from the bottom of my heart, guys. I do wish you guys are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk. Whenever it is you're watching this, I hope you're having a great time. Hopefully you're happy and in a positive environment and all that lovely jazz, or at least I'm bringing you a little joy to your life. I am very thankful for that. And please do like, share, and subscribe. I see we got some new ones here, and do always look into the description box for more information. There's a link for a trailer or a clip from the film, which is the only one I can think of that I never ever could find anything for was just the other day. I mean, I did find something for I spit on your corpse, I piss on your grave. I just wasn't going to post it. But anyways. But that's the first and only one I can think of off the top of my head. I was never able to find anything for, which is just crazy. You'd think in today's day and age there would at least be a trailer or at least some sort of clip for it somewhere somehow. But I couldn't find anything. Unlike today's there you can find tons of clips. You can buy this movie very easily. It's one that I highly recommend. It's another great classic that came out in 1980. 1980 was an excellent year for film, and what better way to add this one to your collection if you do not own this, or at least go and give this one a watch. I believe it might even be on Amazon Prime. I could be wrong though, folks. I know I don't think it was on Netflix or Hulu. It might be on Tubi, which you can always check that one out. That is a completely free site, I believe. Streaming site, and they do you just gotta go through some commercials here and there, and that is the only way the directors or the filmmakers make any kind of money off of those films is through those commercials. So do check out. If you do check out Tubi, do keep that in mind that you're going to have some commercials, but they're not like, from what I've been told, they're not really long commercials. It's much like how YouTube is with very, very brief commercials. Probably the most you're going to sit is a minute, I'm guessing, which could be worse. Anyways, let's move on to today. Like I said, this came out in 1980, so it is 40 years old now. It is crazy to think that it is. This is rated R. I am pretty positive this one suffered from cuts back in the day. Unfortunately, it doesn't deserve it. In my opinion, it is a masterpiece otherwise. You know how if you guys watch my stuff, you know how I feel about censorship. I feel like it's the devil, and it shouldn't exist. And I mean, I think everybody should have a right to express themselves in some way, shape, or form. Yeah. Anyways, this cut runs at an hour and 21 minutes, and this is the Scream Factory cut of Motel Hell. This stars Rory Calhoun, which I know him from a lot of old timey Western stuff. And what was it? Hell Comes to Frogtown is another one he's in. That's one I always think of when I think of Rory Calhoun. This and that, and then also The Simpsons, because there's a funny episode where Mr. Burns gets all these dogs. I don't think they're Dalmatians. I think they're hounds of some sort. But anyways, he gets all these dogs, and he's going to make a fur coat out of them. And one of them actually stands up, and he calls it, "Oh, who is that one? Who's that actor that's always standing around? What's his name?" And eventually, it gets up to the name of Rory Calhoun. So that is another place where I know Rory from. It's kind of silly that I would know that, or that's one of the reasons that I would know of him. Maybe because he was way before my time in most of his stuff. And this was, by the way, supposed to be his return to making film, or being a lead in films. From I can't remember how long it was, but it was quite some time had passed where he had not done anything as the main star. And then we got Paul Lincoln here. He plays I dang it. He plays Farmer Vincent's brother. He is a police deputy, sheriff deputy that is very close to his brother, but he realizes that Farmer Vincent has some problems going on. And see, who do we got in here? Nancy Parsons, Nina Axlerod, and good old Wolfman Jack is in here. He is a legend amongst the radio community. And there's also oh shoot, what's his face from Cheers makes an appearance in here. Ken Ratzinger, I think what is his name? Ratzinger or something like that. He makes a small appearance in here in the band. He's part of the band Ivan and the Terribles, which is a funny little, there's a great little scene where they're riding down the road, Ivan the Terribles, and they're playing their song and singing it down the road, and they run into a trap, which Farmer Vincent, to get these people to catch them, he sets up these traps in the road, and they're clever each and every time, from something like bear traps in the road to fake cows in the road, which is my favorite one that they did out of the entire bit. It was absolutely hilarious. And this movie was originally intended to be extremely serious, but they went on the route of going with the black comedy, dark comedy with it, which I feel made it perfect in my opinion. There's nothing that I feel could make this movie any better or any worse. It is one of my all-time favorite feel good movies to watch. I've seen it probably a couple dozen times that I'm sure of, if not more. I saw it when I was a kid on Joe Bob Briggs' show. That's where I was introduced to this one, which is one of my very favorite experiences as a kid, seeing this one for the first time on television, and what better way to see it than with Joe Bob Briggs, because he's always super informative, extremely entertaining guy. From everything I've seen and hear and read and everything about him, he seems like he's an absolute nice guy, a 100% stand-up guy. Now, let's get back onto this one. Like I said, this is a Scream Shout Factory one. It's got this goofy little slipcover thing here I'm going to take off, which does have some pretty cool newly commissioned artwork when this came out. It does also have the old artwork, which I always, whenever I have the slipcover, I always put the old artwork on the inside just so I can have the best of both worlds, I guess. Call me a weirdo. I like to look at the old artwork a lot. This one does have a reversible cover, like most of Scream and Shout Factory stuff, and it does have that newly commissioned artwork on there, which is really, I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like it. I just am the original is it is gosh, how do I want to say this? It's something that is near and dear to my heart, and I am very upset that when I was younger, I had a very, very cool VHS release of it, and I let it go for only a couple of bucks when I got older. I was hard up for some money, and I sold them all my VHS, and 99% of them. I still have a few here and there, not a lot though. All horror stuff, I believe, couple documentaries, things like that. I'm thinking about getting back into collecting some VHSs, because there are films out there that only exist on VHS thus far. There's no DVD or Blu-ray, which really sucks. Is there's a lot of movies out there that get lost throughout time because they're not put on DVD or Blu-ray or 4K, whatever format you're looking for. Sometimes it's Laserdisc is the only way. I'm not going to start collecting Laserdiscs though. Maybe if I get too crazy of a collector, I might down the road, but I doubt I do. I'm already crazy enough collector, and I have plenty of movies. Like I have a couple of stacks sitting up here that I haven't like filed away, and they're ones that are either on the burner to watch and review, or they're stuff that I've just recently watched and reviewed, within the past couple of weeks or whatnot, something like that. Anyways, back to this movie. What is it? Was it blah, blah, blah. What is it really about? It's about this brother and sister that run a motel in the middle of rural country. I'm not. I forget where exactly it's sat at, but it is called Motel Hello, and they get the Motel Hell from off of that because the O fades away and it just says Motel Hell. Very very fun. But both Farmer Vincent and Ida run this motel, and they are up to no good when it comes to people that that come around in the surrounding area. They make a very special types of smoked meats, and they sell them to the general public, and so they're basically making people cannibals without unknowingly cannibals. Very messed up, and he disguises it because he is a farmer and he has hog farms, hence why he has the hog head on his face. One of the most iconic scenes in the entire film stems from that there, and it is a fun little dueling chainsaw scene where Farmer Vincent and the person that is fighting him at the very end, he's wearing this pig's head while he's doing it. It is just an amazing scene. I can't say anything bad about this movie, in my opinion. It's good beginning to end. There's a fun soundtrack that goes with it, including Ivan and the Terribles. I really kind of dig their song there. I think it's I've had it up to here, I've had it up to here, I've had it up to here, yeah, something like that. Or something. No. Oh my gosh, I sing it every time when we watch the movie. I don't know why I'm blanking on it right now. But anyways, it's a very catchy, like rock punkish kind of heavy metal. I don't know if I would say heavy metal, but hard rock type of band. It's kind of fun. Who else do we do? What else do we have going on here? Like I said, they're selling them these meats at their motel, and one of the people that Rory Calhoun, because he sets these traps to catch these people, like I was saying earlier. One of the people he catches, it was a guy and a girl on a motorcycle, and the guy ends up dying. The woman ends up living, and he basically is keeping her at his farm, under the guise of he's just doing it to care for her. He feels bad because her boyfriend or fiance, whatever he was, died in this horrible accident, and the whole time she is very gullible type girl because she starts to fall for Farmer Vincent, who is, mind you, he is at like 57, I think, when he made this movie, and this girl would have been in her early to mid 20s, so quite a bit of difference there when it comes to the age gap. But very weird how she falls for him. What else we got? Oh, the brother, the sheriff's deputy, actually really likes this girl as well. As a matter of fact, he takes her out on a date, and at one point they overhear a couple of Farmer Vincent's victims being chased and murdered over the police scanner. So they that's when they really start questioning what Farmer Vincent's up to when it comes to how, because he's kind of a strange man. He's not what you would say a normal guy. But then again, what is normal? I know I'm not normal. But that's basically what I want to talk about for the story wise, because I don't want to give away too much. You know how I am. I like to keep that pretty vague, so you guys go in and watch it as blindly as possible, because I feel that is the best way to check out a movie is check it out on your own and go in as blind as possible. Trailers are something that I do check out quite often. It gives me the kind of vibe of the film that I'm about to see. Most old trailers aren't very long, which is nice. So they're not giving away all the best parts. Unlike a lot of newer trailers, they give away the best parts in the trailers, which suck. But there is not any of that. Now, as far as ratings go, on a technical side, this is probably a 4 out of 5. It is above average. There's great camera work, some really good editing. The acting is great. The sound score works perfectly for it. The comedy hits on the perfectly on every note it's supposed to hit. It definitely has an impact throughout the film as well. It has the way it's set up as with the beginning, middle, and end. It definitely keeps you enthralled, and it will keep your attention. For the most, I would say this would not unless you're into only newish type movie stuff within the last 20 years. You may not like this. I don't know. It just depends on what kind of a movie viewer you are, film viewer you are. Now, as far as an entertaining goes, this is a 4 out of 5. It's above average on that as well. This is like an 8 out of 10 movie. It's not, like, I think it's a masterpiece, but it isn't flawless. There are little hiccups here and there that do cause problems, in my opinion, but nothing major that it really affects the overall feel. It is 100% effective beginning to end. I could keep going and going talking about this movie because that's how much I love it, but I'm going to cut myself off right there because I'm up over that 17.5-minute mark and I'm coming up on 18 minutes. So I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope each and every one of you have a great time watching this. I will see you tomorrow for another one that I've loved for years and years and years. I finally upgraded it to a sweet new Blu-ray from Vinegar Syndrome. So do tune in tomorrow if you want to see that one. It's a nice creepy fun little silly movie. Love your faces.